J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? Check out my controller. It did not come with the screen, but it did come with the mount for the screen. And this controller is something new. I think there's only one review on it. Mine will be the second review on it. It is a cool looking controller. It is also, I believe it's WT8 that it'll bind to. And it comes with a receiver. I have the receiver on the outside of this just to show you what happens when it's bound to. The receiver that it comes with in the package is pre-bound to it. But you can go on Betaflight, you can adjust things, you can reverse channels on this. The way you reverse channels is, let's try to show you here. These two top toggles, you have to hold them for I think 5 seconds. And then say you wanted to reverse your throttle, you would just go like that. Or if you wanted to reverse your yaw, you would go like that or that, and you'll hear a beep and then it's reversed. I did have to reverse stuff for this little mini wizard. So we're just gonna give this a fly. I haven't tried to fly it. I did arm the motors inside. And then just simply by pressing this, that's your channel 5. And you have 3 different stages to your channel 5. So that's actually my arm button. And then your channel 6 is over here. And this is actually my flight mode button. So this is normally an acro to start off with. And then as I hit this, I think twice, I'll end up in stab mode. That's what we're going to fly in. I'm no acro king line of sight. This is the FXT monitor with some Pro Drone antennas on here, the extreme crosshair. But without further ado, let's go. So the first thing we need to do, and I have this in a shadow, so hopefully you'll be able to see this, is we're going to turn this on. Okay, and immediately we see no lights on that receiver, right? So once we turn this on, we need to sit that a little bit nicer. There we go. So once we turn this on by pressing this button, we now have a light on the receiver, which you should be able to see there. If you had to bind it to a receiver, you would simply hold this blue button. I keep taking my hat off because I want you guys to see this. You got a red button over here, and that's your power button. You would hold this blue button for about 5 seconds, and it'll start beeping rapidly. And then you would be able to hold the bind button on your receiver, and then it would bind up. But I have the monitor here, that way I can monitor voltage just as well as monitor what flight mode I'm in before I take off. And right now it shows that I'm in acro. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit. This is gonna be easier done. There, you can see it's in acro. I'm gonna take my finger over here, and you can see it lit up green. Now we're in stab. So green is channel 5, your second toggle, what would be a second toggle, and then your third toggle would be that red. So we're just gonna go ahead and lift up with this. What's going on here? I'm trying to look for my voltage. There, my voltage is right in the center. So we are going to go ahead and arm this simply by pressing once, twice. It shows it's armed. And we are up. Now this is a very game style type controller, where we don't have the sticks that we normally see, but I think I could get used to this. You can see I'm bouncing up and down just a little bit. Now this is, I'm not going to do it with this. Clearly I'm not going to do it with this, but this controller is rated for 1,000 meters. And I believe the review of the person that took it out before I did said they got close to that, if not 1K. So we're just going to bring this in here. We're going to do a little punch. Woo! A little bit of punch. A little bit of punch. So this is flying as it should. Again, this is very game style controller, but check it out. Where this is going to come in prime is if you don't want to tote your Tyrannus, if you don't even want to tote your jumper, or say you got a Fatuba controller, you want to tote something small. You got a small drone here. We want to fly a small drone. We don't want to bring a big controller. this is going to be where it's at. And again, you can see me fluctuating up and down, kind of bouncing a little bit. It's going to take me a little bit of while to really get used to thumbing on precision like this. I got too close to the ground and just punched straight up. I'm trying to think. I think I'm running 3S on the drone itself. We'll bring it down. Do another punch up for y'all. 3, 2, 1. So this is nice. Again, it's a completely different style controller, but this is going to be, if you have, and I could be wrong, it might bind to other things besides FlySky D8, I think it is, but it's really simple to bind to it. You literally hold the button. This is all button configured, even like I told you in the beginning with reversing channels, it's all done via buttons. I'm just watching my voltage here. Uh-oh. Okay, I got it. Almost lost my orientation by yawing entirely too quick, just to show you the yaw on this. Yeah, so now I can feel confident to fly this in FPV. I've never flown this in FPV. Just because the receiver that I had on it, it needed to be soldered properly, and my soldering skills aren't great, so it'd fly and then it'd lose connection and then fall and whatnot. This one was plug and play. It was plugged right into the drone, connect the controller, don't gotta worry about soldering nothing. And I would assume that's how it's gonna work for the majority of everything. So you can see me hovering here. We're hovering, we're chilling. A little bit of bounce up and down. Definitely a thumber's controller. In the future, I would think they're probably going to implement maybe sticks on this, like more hobby style sticks instead of the PlayStation type analog thumbsticks that we have. I'm just trying to keep an eye on it and also look at my FPV. And it's super windy out, but again, this thing ain't having zero issues with the wind. So a huge review on this controller, a little bit of a review on this drone, and very minimal review on the FPV screen. It's just kind of in the video so I can monitor stuff. Woo! Easy, easy. Just trying to see. Almost time for me to land it. So this is going to be fun. I'm definitely going to fly this in goggles. In that juncture then, once I get this in goggles, as long as the FPV feed, which it seems a little sketchy, it seems to be flickery. I mean, we're doing all right, I guess. I should really not pay attention to that because I might lose my drone. But as long as the FPV feed allows me to go out a little bit of range, we can test a little bit of the range on this controller. I'd like to bring this guy in for a little close-up. So that's control on the sticks there. So it's definitely doable. It's not natural, but it's definitely doable, and it's definitely something to learn with. Do one more punch. One more punch. Stoked, stoked! I've had this sitting on a shelf for a while, this drone. And 3, 2, trying to stabilize here so we're not bouncing. 3, 2, 1. That's good fun. That is good fun. Yep, it's about time to land it. So we're just gonna sit it over here. And once I sit it down, my motor shut off because I don't have them spinning on this one. And then to unarm it, we're gonna press this because again, your channel 5's over here. It's disarmed right now. I press it again. That's the middle switch. That'd be your middle toggle, or maybe it's only a 2-switch toggle. It would only be a 2-switch toggle. So this would be the first switch. The second would arm it, where you have, I'm hoping you can see this, where you have the green and the, so toggle off, first switch, second switch, and then the same thing with this one over here. That's your flight mode. So I start off. No, it is a 3-switch. It would have to be because I start off in acro, I think. I could be wrong, but this is just a really good look at this. Not an intensive, boring look at it, but a flyable look at it. See if this controller is actually worth getting. Can we actually fly with it? Yeah, I just showed you we can fly with it. We flew a 3S drone with it, and just to show you, see that red light on the receiver? Hopefully you can see it. Once you turn off your controller, you do simply by holding the red. You then see that that's off. You have no light on there. A little indicator. Alright guys, if you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. I'll go ahead and take this off there. That way you could just get a good look at the controller because that's what this review was about. Cool design on it. It has they come in like 4 different designs. I chose this one. It kind of looks like my customized jumper. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. I'll check you on the next video. Later.